Hey, what's up? It's Comic95 the Savior, and for this video I want to talk about something that I said I was going to make a video about a long time ago, and it's pretty much based off comments that I received across my videos about dating in Japan. So to make this clear for you, because I know some white guys don't get this for some reason, I don't know why talking about dating in Japan signifies everyone or makes people think I'm talking about foreign men. Obviously, I'm talking about Japanese men. It's like making a video about dating in America and then my videos about dating Chinese guys. Like, just use your brain. Okay, so let me rephrase that. Just like how I don't need to say American men, I don't need to say Japanese guys, but fine, to make things easy, Japanese men. I know, as always, with any video where you talk about Japanese men, there's going to be a lot of Captain Obvious people in the comments that are like, well, actually, Korea is like this too. Actually, China, actually. Okay, sweetheart, that's cute. You can make your own channel, make your own videos, and you can steal my shit. But this is my channel, and I live in Japan, so we're going to talk about Japan. I'm glad you made the connection. So, I'm just saying that because it like aggravates me so much, because I'm like, okay, like, your point. It's one thing if people are like in agreement, like, yeah, girl, like, you know, it's the same way here too, but people be like trying to make it seem like what I'm talking about isn't a big deal, because like, oh well, it's this way in this country too, it's not just Japan. Clap clap for you, ho. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? So anyway, this does also have to do with foreign men for once, but I'm not really talking about you guys, just a, you know, relationship period, like between, typically I'm talking about a foreign woman with a Japanese man, because I am a straight woman myself, but this goes for whatever relationship you're in, whether you're gay, straight, bisexual, whatever you happen to be, or even from the reverse, if you happen to be a guy watching my video and you're dating Japanese women. This is a cultural phenomenon, the whole ghosting thing. So what I really want to get at is explaining, you know, what it is, because people clearly don't get it. I have a video on ghosting I made years ago, and I want to kind of piggyback off of some comments that I got. And so I figured, like, instead of arguing with people in my comment section, why not just make a separate video, get paid off of it, and be able to freely speak without having to worry about censoring my words and typos, etc. Because YouTube will like hide and delete comments. Like, I've literally written whole Bible books to someone, it'll post for 2 seconds and then like vanish, which FYI, I know some of you guys think you're smart to like go around the comment system and like you try to censor out words. YouTube can catch all of that stuff. You still end up getting sent to my spam. So if you're saying something bad about me, or if you're saying something, you know, bad about anyone, or even if you're in agreement with me, swear words, bad words, nasty words, etc., they automatically go into the spam folder. So the only way your comment gets published, even if it's insulting me, is if I personally manually filter it out. Sometimes I do it just to leave it there, have some balance on my channel. I don't need a whole bunch of yes men, and I'm okay with haters. But other times I'm like, I don't feel like being bothered with your nonsense today, and I do just delete it. So that's another story though. Just want to let you guys know why your comments sometimes don't appear. So it could be because you said a bad word by YouTube standards, or it could be by my channel standards. So back on subject. Yeah, people seem to not understand. So the problem with ghosting isn't just a matter of, you know, a girl or a guy just thinking, oh my God, what happened to my partner? But rather the issue at hand is, it's only an issue because you've made it an issue yourself for 2 reasons. And I'm going to keep it real. Everyone wants to be politically correct. Nobody that has a fetish says they have a fetish, just like people that have an addiction. How many people that are addicted to drugs say, I'm addicted to drugs? No, like pretty much nobody. The only time people admit that they have one is when they're going to get help for it, or when they've overcome it. Nobody in the moment agrees that's them. I used to be a part of those little A and BW communities. You wanna know what I didn't do? I always saw myself as being higher up than the other people that I thought were fetishizers. And I was like, I'm not a fetishizer. I just like them for XYZ. And then when I got older and became an adult and was no longer a teenager, 18, 17 years old, I thought to myself, all of my reasons for why I like these people were stemmed and rooted in a fetish. It was all a generalization, all stereotyping, and when I really broke it down, I was letting people get away with murder, stuff that I would never let a black, white, Hispanic guy do. But because they were East Asian specifically, I was okay with it. That's a fetish. And the reality is, a lot of people that are, you know, doing Google searches, asking me for help, you know, I'm just gonna keep it real, because you all have been paying me money to have consultations or whatnot, and I've said it to the girls that I've spoken. I've even had guys too. I keep it real with you. I don't talk to you nice. I'm not gonna talk down to you or anything, but I gotta keep it real with you. Your issue isn't because you're lost and confused in the relationship. You're lost and confused with this person's race. Your obsession with their race is what's making you not think clearly. Because if you were to take the fact that they're Asian out of the equation and made that same personality, the same behavior, the same lack of, communication, whatever, put that on a black person, a white person, instantly you know this person's playing you. Instantly you'd be like, I'm done with this, move on. But you all don't do that. Instead, you go through everything to try to figure out, why is this person ignoring me? What can I do to get their attention? That's problematic, and yeah, that kind of screams your own issue. But we're not gonna get into that, because y'all not ready for that sermon today. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But the other thing that I wanted to get at was, beyond the fact of why this is such an obsessive thing, people don't seem to understand that when people do ghost you, the problem is that if you are like me and you are an American, you're not used to people playing these games so far. Like, see, people ghost you in the US too. That does exist, but it's in a different way and on a different level. Japan is like level 10 on a scale of 0 to 10 as far as ghosting goes. It is so hard to tell when you first move here. Like, imagine, all right, for some of you guys now it's going to be obvious because I've made videos about it, we've talked about it, etc. But had you never watched my videos, never heard my stories, etc., and you came here for yourself with no prior knowledge, you would fall for it. And the reason being is they play it so well. It's not just a guy ignoring you and you wondering what happened to them. It's somebody ignoring you, coming back every once in a while to check in on you, or you checking in on them and they reply to you every once in a while, and every time you feel uncertain about the relationship, they ensure you that it's all in your mind, they're still yours, etc. That is the problem with ghosting. It's not a matter of the person just leaving you high and dry and up and disappearing, but rather this person is still around. Maybe not as much as they used to be or should be, but they're still there. And when you question where you stand, they try to assure you, like, no, it's not what you're thinking, that's not true, I've just been busy, I've just been whatever. It's a psychological game that's being played with you, because then in your mind you're like, I really like this person, whether it be for fetishizing reasons or a true love, genuine love for this person. If the person is saying that they're still yours, they're still with you, why would you want to walk away from that? Especially because you all are of different cultures, different language, etc. You might just see it as, cultural differences, whatever the case is, and you might just chalk it up to being, maybe I have OCD, maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm crazy. That's what you'll think from it. That's the problem. So don't get me wrong, when I talk about ghosting, I'm not talking about, I'm really talking about both extremes of this. But the more problematic side of it is that the person does not allow you to leave, because they mislead you into thinking that you were just overthinking and everything is just fine. Now, the obvious signs of ghosting are the people that just completely up and leave, don't reply anymore, block you. I'm not talking about those people. That's another story. As far as that goes, if you're chasing after somebody doing that, you already have the answer to your own question. But it's a lot more confusing for when you have somebody play, the other more extreme game of ghosting, where they, are there. They're 50% ghost, 50% there, or 80% ghost, 20% there type of thing. That's confusing as fuck. So I totally understand people in that situation. But even then, again, ask yourself, would you be okay with a white, black, or Hispanic guy being that flaky with you? You would instantly realize, okay, clearly this person didn't really like me. They're playing games with me. You would not put up with that with someone else. So why are you doing it for this guy? Exactly. Because of your fetish for that person. And so again, like I said, just like people that are on drugs, people that have an obsession with Asian men or Asian women, they will never flat out say, oh yeah, I only like them because of their race, or I'm attracted, they always use the type of excuse, I'm attracted to these men, I like these men. Well, yeah, of course you do, we get that, but the point is, there's no way to explain it, and I'm not the best at explaining this, but You cannot like somebody's race. You cannot say I'm attracted to this race, because when you say you're attracted to this race, what are your reasons? Let me use myself as a black person. Okay, if I talk to a guy that says they're attracted to black women, what are going to be their reasons why they're attracted to me? I can tell you right now, it's going to be my culture. It's going to be my body. It's the same for you. When you say that you like Asian men, why do you like Asian men? Exactly. You have a fantasy idea based off of their culture, whether it be from anime, manga, K-pop, J-pop, etc., music, fashion, and then stereotypes based on how you think their body is supposed to look, how they're supposed to dress, etc. That is a fetish, ma'am. I don't know how else to put it to you. I don't care how old you are. There's people that are older than I am, twice my age, etc., that have this going on. That's cool. Some people never learn. Some people are okay with it. And so it's really hard in a gray area, because even for myself, one day I'm going to have kids, hopefully, and more than likely they will probably be half Japanese. And so I understand people's want to have knowledge and information, people's want to, be able to find. Okay, sorry about that. My video, for some reason, while I was recording, glitched out. So I just want to voice over and add a little bit to this. I want to clarify that there's nothing wrong with interracial dating, interracial relationships. I totally understand that even people that have zero intention in dating outside of their race, it's a curious topic. I get it. It's not something that you see every day, especially not, an Asian or specifically Japanese man with a black American woman. Totally understand why that would spark interest with someone wanting to watch and see the content. But rather what I'm getting at here is that people have literally decided that, liking somebody for their race is no different than liking a person that's tall, where the whole dynamics of it is completely different. I have videos on this topic already, but basically in a nutshell, your reasoning for liking somebody because of their race, all you're going to do is list a ton of stereotypes about how you believe they're going to act, what their behavior is going to be like, and even justifying it by saying, oh, I think these things would be similar, to my own behavior, my own thoughts, my own whatever. Don't get me wrong, there are some things that are cultural. Likewise, like I said, there are some cultural differences with Americans overall. But the problem is that people that are normally a part of these groups, normally fetishizing after these people, not even normally, all of them, it's for stereotypical reasons. You are not viewing them as a person. You've decided up front you like this person based on their race. You've decided you are solely and only going to date specifically people of this race. That is the problem. So like I said, people that have a fetish never say I have a fetish. They always justify it. They always want to use different words. And that's cool, whatever. I'm not going to play mind games with you all. You know exactly who you are and exactly what I'm talking about. I don't make the rules. I'm just speaking facts to you. I didn't come up with the definition of what a fetish is. You can twist and turn it and make it whatever you want to make it suit your needs. And I think the other thing that makes it more confusing is because if you're dating specifically in Asia, like Japan, the whole idea in terms of fetish isn't really understood unless the person that you're talking to is really internationalized. And even then, they would have had to spend a significant amount of time abroad because from a Japanese perspective, they're similar to how white people used to be back in the day, and some still are. They're used to being the majority. And with that said, they don't have an understanding of why it's bad to like somebody based on their race. I cannot tell you how many times I've gone on a date with somebody who has typically lied to me, or for the ones that were being honest and said, oh, I love American girls, or I love black women. It's my dream to be with an American. It's my dream to marry a black woman. I want to have sex, whatever, things like that. And so they say it innocently. But it's like, that is a fetish. You're literally telling me, F you, I like your nationality. I like your race. Because you satisfy these categories or this whatever, I want you. That's exactly what's going through their mind. So it doesn't mean that the person doesn't find me sexually attractive. They might think I'm a very beautiful woman. But at the end of the day, their main goal for pursuing me was the fact that I'm a foreigner. Okay, the same problem is with you. When you are saying, well, I do have a type, I don't just date anybody, but I am attracted, because that's the new word I like to use. I'm attracted to Asian men. Okay, if you're straight, you're attracted to men. You don't have to add the race part. Just say you have a fetish, girl. Like we're trying to phrase it in different ways. The problem is when you say that specifically, because now you've already decided in your mind that because this person is the race that you want, They are already your target. You want to date this person. And now anything else that you might see as a pro is instantly a huge, green flag, so to speak. Oh, this person's perfect because they're already the race that you want. That is the issue. It's the same thing for me from a black woman's perspective here in Japan. When I date people, one of the first things that help me cross off the F-boy list is, red flag for me, somebody saying, I like black women. I want to date a black girl. And if you're from a majority black country, you might see this as being a compliment. Or if you're, maybe a black American, you just got low self-esteem. You might be like, oh, like really? Like I like Asian men, say it right back to them type thing. But if you really think about it, why would you want to date somebody that is telling you, I am just chasing after you for your race? Or saying that I prefer people that look like you, basically. They're not viewing you as a person. It's so dehumanizing. So I'm not going to get into that. I have other videos on this topic. Just want to clarify. There's nothing wrong with wanting information. Nothing wrong with being curious. But there is an issue when that curiosity becomes an obsession and a desperation to be with a particular race. That's when it becomes problematic. I have videos on this already. Not going to go here with you. This video is already 3 hours long, basically. So let's go ahead. Sorry, hopefully that was the last part that got messed up, but I was saying that I understand people looking for information from other families that are in similar situations. So for example, if your spouse is Japanese and you have a half Japanese kid, you might want to see how that family is handling and doing things, etc. So let's go back to the video. And families that are in similar situations, like for example, I could say for myself, I personally, wish there was somebody that I liked on YouTube. There's nobody that I could think of that, has a family that would be similar to my own. I want information. How are you teaching your kids English? How are you teaching them Japanese? How are you doing whatever? How do things go with you when you go to the hospital? Just different things like that. I understand the want to have people that are in a similar circumstance as you. But the problem is that that's not the way that it normally goes, though. It's more so an obsession with wanting to have what this person has, if you get what I mean. So I understand why, I can't explain it. I understand why people look for things, want knowledge, want information. Some things just out of curiosity. But at the same time, there's a difference between wanting to see, what differences there are, curiosity, and being obsessed with couples that are mixed race. Like that falls into the land of creepy territory, aka fetish. And so this is more commonly seen with, the more popular, significantly more popular, black women, white men dating scene. And so I'm not bashing or crapping people that have interracial marriages or relationships. Most of mine at this point in my life have been, and I've been completely open and honest with you all. I went through my little phase. I went through my phase of white men too. And again, like as you get older, you have more experiences. You learn and understand how you think, and how your brain and heart and mind and everything else work, how society works, and you really dig down deep into what your reasons are for feeling this way about an entire race of people. You realize it's a little bit problematic. There's something wrong with that. So it's not a matter of saying you have to hate them and pretend like you don't find anything attractive about them. I totally understand. For example, for a lot of people that like white men, the reason being is they like that they have light colored eyes and light colored hair or straight hair or whatever the case happens to be. They may like that they have white skin, things that you could never say on the internet nowadays. I totally understand. But again, when you look at the root of your reasoning for liking, for example, white men, oh my God, as a black woman, I cannot tell you how many times I've gotten nasty messages from white guys, from, being called chocolate to talking about how they like girls with big booties, how they like hip hop music, and just trying to talk to me in a street thug type of way. Like it's just totally inappropriate, total turn off, etc. So again, when I listen to what these people have to say, they don't even have to tell me why they like me. I can tell by the tone of the message that you sent me, by the way that you're dressed, trying to look like me, everything. It's a turn off. Okay, well, a lot of you girls are doing the exact same thing. Got your gray ashy makeup on, got your ridiculous hairstyle going on, your bad weave, everything else. And so she look at me talking right now, but hey, I'm at home, I look good. But what was I about to say? Yeah, and so y'all just be fighting over, the ugliest dudes, trying to keep these men. Y'all believe anything they say to them. They got y'all in long distance relationships, got y'all just, busting it open for them about no commitment, nothing. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all be going out with dudes that won't even buy y'all a dinner, and y'all trying to argue with me about how I'm wrong, etc. And I'm like, I'm speaking from experience because I was a dumb teenager doing the stuff that you're doing. And some of y'all girls 15, 20 years older than me and trying to, argue me down, talk about I don't know what I'm talking about because you work with people that do whatever and you've never experienced that before and you're dark skinned. Like, okay, bitch, like, I'm sorry that you're stupid. I don't know what your complexion has to do with this or what your job has to do with that either. Like, that's a completely different scene. And I also find that a lot of people that like find the stuff that I'm saying to be crap, they're just blissfully unaware of what's really going on as far as how people are talking to them or why they're talking to them as well. Like, for example, there's a lot of girls here that are dating guys and even married to them that are clearly fetishizing them. And for, for that girl, it works out perfect for them. They like the fact that he likes their culture. They like the fact that he's, knowledgeable about, I don't know, black culture, whatever the case is. I'm like, okay, like if that works for you, you go ahead, sweetheart. But all I have to say is I don't want to be with somebody that sees me as a trophy to add to their, I like black people collection. And if you're white, same thing. You should not want a guy that only wants to add you to his, this is my blonde doll, look at my trophy type collection. That's embarrassing. Like, I don't understand that. So anyway, all I want to say is, in a nutshell, yes, I understand. I understand why people also, I understand the confusion with ghosting. I understand people get upset over it, but I also want to say, to play devil's advocate, but not really devil's advocate, but rather to clarify, excuse me, my laptop sitting on my lap, on my bed, but I want to clarify something that I feel doesn't get talked about enough, which I kind of mentioned a little bit too in my video, I think, or at least in the comments, I know I did. As much as I don't want to do this, to a certain degree, I can honestly give Japan a little bit of a pass with the ghost pass. Give them a little bit of a ghost pass. So, and this is the reason why. Yes, I understand that some things that are cultural differences are not to our liking, that we don't agree with, that we find offensive, that we find childish, etc. Totally agree. But at the same time, I can also understand where it's coming from, why people do it. And I have to say, even although my feelings have been very hurt from being ghosted in the past, I have to say that I believe it's within their right to do, and I don't think that it's necessarily entirely wrong. And here goes my explanation. First, I want to say that it depends on the circumstance, and this is why. I believe that if you were in a relationship with somebody and the relationship was toxic in any way, whether it was them being emotionally abusive, they were a stalkerish partner where you felt like you had no space, you felt trapped in a relationship, whatever the case is, I do not believe you are obligated to give anyone closure. And to be honest, I don't believe anyone owes you anything. You didn't sign some sort of legally binding contract when you started dating this person. They're not your spouse. And with that being said, yes, it is the morally right thing to do to give people closure. Everyone wants it. And if they were a good person, I would have to say they deserve it. But you are not entitled to closure when your relationship ends, regardless of what the reason is. I understand the desperation and want to know, but you are an adult, or you are a teenager, which means you have a brain that is almost at the level of an adult. You can understand when someone doesn't like you. You don't need somebody to explain to you why they don't like you. You just know that they don't. When you go to school, you do not demand the people at the cool table to explain why you can't sit there. It's very clear that clearly these people don't like you for whatever reason. You don't need closure. You don't need to know why don't they like you. I didn't do anything to them. You just know that they don't. So you stay away from them. You don't ask to sit at the table. You make your own table. You do your own crap. Okay. This is how adult life works too. Somebody is clearly showing signs that they don't want to be around you, don't like you, they don't want to contact you. What do? As an adult, you walk away. You don't stalk them, send more messages, call them, try to get back, make them jealous. That's the other thing too. Like, this is something that also equally irritates me because it falls, I know like you all like, oh, I'm not trying to prove point, whatever, but please hear me out. When you try to rub in the guy's face that you have a new relationship or that you don't care, or you send that angry call or message breaking up with them, you are literally doing exactly what he wanted you to do. You're falling for the bait. For starts, you're showing him that you are a crazy, psychotic, foreign bitch. And secondly, you're literally doing what they want you to do. They want you to end the relationship. That's the whole point. They already ended it. They want you to realize that it's ended without them having to say it. So you're not hurting him. You're not beating him to the punchline by saying, well, since you're going to play games with me, I'll do you a favor. I'll end the relationship. No. You want to do him a favor. You want to do yourself a favor. You want to be the bigger person. Stop contacting him. Go away. Go away. He doesn't care about you. When you don't care about somebody, you can't make them jealous. You can't make them angry. They don't want you. Goodbye. You're literally just playing yourself. I have guys do that all the time to me, and that's another part that I want to get into with this video. So we are going to talk about foreigners a little bit, but this goes for Japanese men too. I will never understand for the life of me why people do not understand that silence is an answer. Yes, silence is an answer. If someone is showing you interest, they will talk to you, they will get back to you, they will call you, they want to meet you. If you are messaging somebody, whether they read it or not, and they don't get back to you, they don't open it, or they open it and don't reply, you call and they do not answer, they are not getting back to you in any way, that means they don't like you. That does not mean, let's find another social platform. Okay, she didn't message me back on Instagram, let's go to Twitter. Okay, she didn't message me back on Twitter, let's leave a comment on YouTube. That's creepy. You're not going to change my mind. It means I don't like you. What my reasons are, that's my own personal stuff. You don't need to know. I know you want to know, but it's unnecessary. Do you know how much time I would spend out of my life, out of my day, out of my week, out of my month, if I actually dedicated it to typing messages explaining to guys why I do not want them? For starts, most men would not find that to be favorable. They will be upset and angry with your reasons why, and they will want to go off on you, insult you, talk down and bad about you. And I'm just trying to be honest. You asked them I didn't like you, so I'm explaining why I didn't answer. Exactly. It's dangerous for a woman. It's a waste of time for a woman. Why would we do that? Just be an adult and realize, okay, I shot my shot. Or how do you say that? They say shoot your shot, but if it's already past tense, oh my God, you shot your shot. God, that sounds so weird. That's the grammatically correct way to say that, isn't it? You shot your shot. Shoot it isn't a word, is it? You shoot it, your shot? Oh my God, my brain hurts. Anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. You already tried. She rejected you with her silence, with her lack of a response. Girls do not have to tell you, oh, I'm sorry, I don't like you. I don't have to lie to you and say I have a boyfriend. I don't have to lie to you and say that I'm busy. I don't have to lie to you and give you anything. I don't have to tell you the truth. The truth is, I didn't reply to your message, and you can see that. The truth is, I didn't return your call, and you can see that. You have a brain. If I were ugly, you would not be putting in this much effort and energy. You would simply move on. You wouldn't have even replied back if I messaged you if you didn't find me attractive. That is not ghosting. When there's no relationship there of any kind, every girl that doesn't reply to your message is not ghosting you. Ghosting is when there is something there. Think about it. In order to be a ghost, you had to have once been a person or some type of living being. There was nothing alive between you and that other person. You have no relationship to each other. They do not owe you anything. You are not socially obligated to talk to strangers, especially not random men, especially not online, and especially not me. Come on, like for a lot of y'all can just look at yourselves and see why people don't want to reply to your messages. You're big, you're ugly, you're short, whatever the case is, you're broke, uneducated, don't even have a profile picture, private account. Oh yes, of course. Every girl should reply to your messages. Y'all be twice the girl age. Don't even make any sense. Are you thinking to yourself? You messaged me because you thought that I was attractive, but your profile is private. You have no photo. You're twice my age. Your bio is creepy. Sometimes not even following you. Why would I reply to that? And then they don't give up. Send multiple messages, then lose their crap, go online. Oh my God, why is she ghosting me? Why won't she reply? She posted 3 pictures on Instagram. She updated her, Snapchat story, whatever. Because you're not my boyfriend, you're not my type, and I don't owe you an explanation. That is called rejection. That is totally different from being ghosted. And the other reality is, For a lot of you all, you were never really being ghosted. You didn't have a relationship to begin with. A lot of y'all be falling for that bait. Now, this is a F-boy strategy and not a matter of ghosting. A lot of the time, y'all find yourselves talking to dudes who are strictly using you for sex. And y'all have been tricked and think, oh, he's my boyfriend because he said that he was. He asked me to be his girlfriend. Is he treating you like his girlfriend, sweetheart? No, he is not. It was just words. I'm going to keep it real with you and say what nobody else is going to say to you. You were stupid. You were dumb. And I've fallen for that too. You were an idiot. You thought it was a real relationship. It was not. Sorry, guy taking you out and buying you some cheap $30 yakiniku is not a relationship. Sorry, a guy asking you to go to izakaya is not a relationship. Sorry, going to his house is not a relationship. Going to Starbucks. That's not a relationship, girl. I don't care if y'all see each other once a week, twice a week, 3 times. It's not a relationship. So a lot of you all have inside your mind, because this person promised you this or said that or told you that you were whatever to him, does not matter what he says to you. Does he treat you like you are his girlfriend? Did he say that you were and treats you like it? Is it clear that it's exclusive? And most of the time, it was not. So you told yourself this was a relationship, when really, this dude just said whatever it took to get in your pants, and it worked. And now you feel stupid because you're being left hanging. That's your fault. Gotta keep it real with you. Is the guy bogus for lying to you and misleading you? Most certainly. But you can still sweep up the little bit of pride you have left, put your pants back on, and be like, okay, this dude is clearly playing games with me. He was never my boyfriend. You chasing him down is literally patting him on the back and stroking his ego. Let him go. And same thing goes for you guys doing that with girls, etc. She didn't want your broke ass. Let me just keep it real with you. She wanted to experience having sex with a guy that had a bigger dick than the Asian men that she's been with. That's facts, whether you're black or white. She wanted to be able to say she had sex with a foreigner. She wanted to experiment with you. You don't have enough money to date her. She wouldn't want to marry somebody broke like you unless you were just extremely handsome and she wanted to have mixed babies. Unless you're just a busted fat Asian bitch herself. Keeping it real. Same thing goes for some of y'all white girls. Some of y'all white bitches, ugly, fat, not attractive by any means. But for them, I want to experience having sex with a girl that has large breasts. I want to experience being with a white girl. You were the easiest one. You were the one who replied immediately. You were the one that was always available. You were the one that was stupid enough to video chat with him, show him your body, send him nudes. Because you equally had a fetish for him. You equally wanted to experiment with him. You might have really wanted love. But the reality is, again, that was not a relationship. You can't just believe what people say to you. And I know people are going to take this the wrong way and be like, oh, you're so mean, you're so whatever. That's the point. Y'all are so used, this is going to be a long ass video. It's already long. Y'all are so used to people lying to you and sugarcoating the truth that when someone tells you the truth, it sounds like hate. It sounds like evilness. It sounds like wickedness. It sounds like, just everything bad. Like this person's not trying to help you. And sure, I could say this stuff in a much nicer way and talk to you like a baby and rub your little head and make you feel so good about yourself. But that's exactly why we're effed up right now to begin with. Because all of us, we've spent so much time being coddled and told, oh, it's okay, you little Asian baby, we love you so much, and everybody around you is lying to you, feeding your mind with whatever information you want to believe. You want to believe that man still loves you? Yep, go ahead, jump on that forum, and all the girls are going to be like, yeah, girl, it's okay, my man ignored me for 3 weeks sometimes because he's really busy. It's normal in Japan. Yeah, girl, don't worry, he only sees me twice a month. Oh, okay, you want to believe that? You want to believe? And this goes beyond just dating and, ghosting, etc. Let's talk about degrees. I deleted this person's comment and I blocked them from my channel because I wasn't going to go back and forth with them. And they're not the only person. Let me adjust myself. So, like I said, I know this kind of contradicts what I said before, but don't get me wrong. I don't care about people disagreeing with me when it's done in a way in which I feel it makes for constructive arguments or whatever. But somebody left a comment where there were no bad words mentioned in it, but they had said that, like I came across their video while searching for something for whatever reason, and they told me that they didn't like it. It was my video about getting a degree in Asian studies or history or whatever. And so I've had lots of people leave comments like that on that video and my video about, getting a degree for working. And so it's like, instead of people being like, oh, okay, this is a different side to this that nobody told me about. Don't get me wrong, the overwhelming majority of people appreciate that. You've had people say like, hey, like, I didn't have any family members. Nobody in my family went to college. You're the first person to like actually talking about this degree, excited about, hey, I appreciate it. Or people saying like, I was doing exactly what you were saying. I was procrastinating. I was looking for other ways to get to Japan without going to school. Like, thank you for, helping me wake up, smell the coffee, and realize, hey, I either need to go back to school or, realize that Japan is just not going to work out for me. But instead, nope, you get the two radical extremists. Again, the majority of comments, people understand they're in agreement, but you get the two radical extremists. These are the people that don't like my content. They have to deflect. For example, I've had people literally get upset for me referring to people as being hoes. Really? Oh, yes, I hope to God you've never listened to rap music before. I hope you don't enjoy reality TV. I hope you don't watch YouTube. Get the fuck over yourself. I've even referred to myself as being a hoe, and I'm using it as figurative talk. I'm not literally talking down on girls and calling them whores, because who would I be to talk? Shut the fuck up. I hate people that like act sensitive like that. But anyway, let's get back on subject. So, what was I going to say to you guys? Yeah, so, man, my brain just like farted. Oh, people are so used to people lying to you and saying you can do anything you want to do. Any degree is okay. Go ahead, fight for your dreams. You want to be an artist? Do that shit. You want to be an actor? Do that shit. You want somebody to tell you everything you have inside your mind is a great, grand idea. You can make it. You can do it. Your relationship is toxic? No, sweetheart. He's an Asian man. He's marvelous. Best man you'll ever have. Just wait it out. No. If he didn't want you, he would tell you. No. You're the crazy person. Give him space. He's a salary man. His hours are so long. That's the type of information y'all want to listen to. Y'all want to listen to the people that are the exceptions to the rule. Y'all want the people who are the 1 out of 1 million foreigners working a job, working as a journalist on live TV, doing translation work, making a 6-figure salary. That's the information y'all want to listen to. But a regular person like me, I talk some sense into you and say, do y'all see the information y'all listening to? You really think you're going to make a career being a translator here? Oh my gosh. You want me to laugh with you or at you? What should I do? Y'all get mad at that type of information because you're like, but that's not true. My friend's cousin, sister, or you have the people that'll come in and lie about themselves. Actually, I'm doing whatever. How much money are you making? Find out the person making somewhere between $50,000 to $70,000 a year. Okay. Is it worth it to go to school for that long? Get a useless degree that you have, if you even have one, to work for this one company? What happens when and if you're like most adults and you end up changing jobs at some point? Oh, you didn't think about that, did you? Who is going to hire you? Nobody. You're limited with your job options. And the reality is, as I said before in those videos, I'm not going to go through all of that crap again. Nobody said you cannot do it. It's the fact that it's not realistic. When people want translators, they prefer to have a Japanese person, meaning you need to be born and raised in Japan, look East Asian. They want them to do translation work, not you and your Gaijin ass. Sorry to break it to you. Generally speaking, the companies that allow foreigners to do translation work, they're black companies. They don't pay a lot of money, don't offer a lot of vacation time, don't give you stable pay, don't give you stable hours, and they're normally part-time jobs. So most people doing translation work are freelancers. They're not working full-time. They're also married to Japanese people, not people with degrees. There's always going to be an exception to the rule. And just like how with any of my videos, there's always somebody that's going to lie in the comments and cap and claim this is what I'm really doing. Or you have the one person that really is doing it. And it's like, okay, ma'am, but look at it this way. You are one person. Can you name 100 people? I'll make it even easier. Can you name 10 people? 5 people? 3 people doing the exact same job that you are doing, getting the exact same pay that you are getting? No, they cannot. So it does not matter what other people are doing if it's not going to be you. Will any other channel tell you that? Nope. Instead, they want to keep the false dreams and illusion alive. Just like with other jobs. I don't know if I've recorded this video yet, but I'm planning to if I haven't. There are other jobs to do here besides teaching. I understand teaching is not for everyone. It is not the best career. It does not pay you the most money. Totally understand why people want to get out of it and do other stuff. But the reality is, how many of you can successfully land another job that's not teaching, that pays you more money or the same amount of money, that offers the same, if not better, benefits? Vacation, help, pension, etc. Most of you, and when I say most, I mean almost all of you, cannot find that. The jobs that there are besides teaching are generally IT, engineer-related jobs, or customer service. I'm not even going to bother wasting your time and talk about the farming and factory jobs, because those don't pay crap. Okay. Let's say you get a high-paying IT job or engineering job. What are the requirements to get those jobs? Exactly. You are competing against tons of other foreigners who have experience, who have related degrees, who have language ability, normally in more than just 2 languages, more than just English and Japanese. Sometimes they can speak English, Japanese, and Chinese. They run circles around you. How many of you are going to successfully get hired? Exactly, not many of you. There's very few positions, very few openings. And for the amount of time, money, effort, and work that you're going to put in to gain the language ability that you need, to get the degree that you need, is it worth it to get a salary that's probably going to be less than teaching? No. But nobody wants to hear that. People like the exception to the rule stories. So what I'm saying is going to come off as being a hater because I'm a teacher. So instead, people want to listen to the guy who's working the IT job making $100,000 a year. They want to listen to that person because it makes sense. You want to be there. Why listen to a loser teacher like me? Listen to that guy. But okay, how many of you people, after watching that person's video, how many of you are making $100,000 a year? How many of you have stable full-time work? How many of you have been able to quit your job, move to another city while doing the same career? None of you. Why? Because it doesn't exist. Those are exceptions to the rule. That's what I was talking about. People don't want to hear that. You tell people the truth, they get angry. Same thing with degrees. Nobody said that you cannot get a degree with Asian studies, Asian history. But the reality is, like my entire channel, this is about Japan. Not about what you can do in the UK, not about what you can do in Europe, the US, no. We're talking about here. It is a stupid degree. It is the equivalent to a Japanese person, which I actually had a teacher like this. But see, they were teaching here in Japan, so they're the exception to the rule. Getting a degree in African history. Moving to America with a degree in African history, native, English fluency, or American history, whatever you want to call it, African American history. Why would anybody hire someone whose second language is English, has a degree in something that nobody needs a foreigner to teach them? It just doesn't make any sense. Can it happen? Sure. Is it gonna happen? Is it likely? Very unlikely. Or even dumber. Let's say a degree in English. Why would anybody hire a Japanese person to teach English to native English speakers? What? Why would any job, let's say outside of teaching, regular jobs in the US, no job in the US is going to be like, this Japanese man has a degree in English. Let's hire him. He must be a perfect English speaker. English is the language of the US. It's not made the official language due to politically correct reasons, because I would offend minorities. Keeping it real. I'm a minority myself, just let y'all know. I don't keep it real. That's stupid. We already know English is the official language. And with that said, everybody speaks this language. You want a cookie because you got a degree in the common language of the people? That's not going to help you get ahead nowhere. All that degree is going to do is give you a pat on the back, and people are going to be like, wow, you must be really good at Japanese. They ain't finna pay you more for that. It's not specific to any job or field besides translation work. And even then, again, I'm not saying you cannot do it. Somebody has to do it because those jobs do exist. There are translation jobs. And you might say, well, since somebody has to do it, that somebody's going to be me. And that's great. I admire you, 2 claps for you. That's great. But the reality is, again, I'm not saying what you cannot do. I'm saying that most people cannot, will not, are not going to do that. So I'm not going to go around giving bad advice to people and telling everybody, yeah, do this, get this degree, go here, do whatever, and you're going to have an awesome career. You're going to have a great salary. Because it's unrealistic. I will be lying to you and setting you up for failure. Because then what's going to happen? You're going to get that useless degree. You're going to be stuck here, jobless, or you're going to have that degree and have a job, but it's going to be in something completely unrelated. That is my point. But that's not what you all take away from it. What you take away from it is a challenge. You're like, oh, this bitch knows what she's talking about. My friend's cousin, sister, brother, I watched this YouTube video with this girl. She's a translator. How many people are doing that? How many people are doing that working full-time? How many people are doing it working full-time, making more money or the same as a teacher? How long did they study? Do they have a spouse visa? Look at all the information that y'all don't even know, aren't aware of. How many people are doing what they are doing? Can you leave your city? Can you forget about leaving the city? If that company were to close down, where are you going to work at? If they lay you off, if they cut your pay, cut your hours, what are you going to do? You don't know. Because it's not that easy. The same goes for non-native English speakers. Ask them. You know what they do? When they get a good English teaching job, they keep it. You want to know why they keep it? Because don't nobody want to hire them. They know when they've hit gold. They get their foot in the door and they squeeze their body all the way in. That's facts. I've worked with non-native English speakers that could read better, could write better than the native teachers. They were more educated. They realized that while they should have another job based off of their degree, this is all they can get. They were grateful for it. Y'all are so busy trying to blend in with the Japanese and be Japanese. And I hate to say that because I hate when people say this about me or other people in a different sense. But in this case, I don't even feel like, for most people, I know that for some people they really just don't like teaching. I totally understand those people too. But for most people, it's not a matter of not liking being a teacher. It's a matter of the tokenism. People want to feel like they've assimilated more. And they want to feel like, they're more Japanese. Because let's face it, as foreigners, after you've been in for a while, you get a little bit jaded. You get tired of people asking you what your career is and being like, let me guess, you're an English teacher, right? You're an ALT, right? Totally understand how they feel about that. But the reality is, you're so busy trying to prove yourself to people that don't care about you. Japanese people don't give a F if you're working as an English teacher, if you're a rocket scientist here, if you're a doctor here. They don't care. You care. So, the reality is people on the street gonna still think you're an English teacher anyway. So who are you proving something to? Nobody. So, sorry, I got F-boy messages. But yeah, I'll get back to stuff later. It's so amusing to me, and it's sad really, because again, I get where people are coming from. I understand their anger, their hate, their anger, their hate towards me, etc. But it's like, you can hate me for being real with you, but I'm never gonna have you hate me for being fake and lying to you. I'm never gonna sit here and pretend like it's easy to do jobs that are not easy to do. I'm not going to pretend like it's possible to get pay, to get careers that are not easy to get. If you want to make a lot of money here, for most people, not your friend is not your friend that's the exception to the rule, not you who might be the exception to the rule. For the majority of people, it will require you to work more than one job. I made a video about that, how you can easily make more than $5,000 a month. Just take part-time contracted jobs. Don't work full-time. Or work full-time and find a part-time Saturday job. In combination with teaching your own lessons, you can easily make that much or more. I totally understand why that's too many hours, too much work for the average person. But it's like, okay, do you want real advice, or do you want the fake, exaggerated, one in a million story about someone that found a teaching job that pays them $6,000 a month and they only have to work 5 hours a day? That exists. But how many positions are available for that? How many of you can get that job? Exactly. Not even 100 of you. Not even 50 of you. Not even 10. That is not giving real advice. People that make videos like that, people that write blogs like that, it's for money. Because it'll get everybody happy. It gets clicks, it gets views. And I hate to say this, but I gotta keep it real. Most of the J-vloggers, most of the people that give advice videos for Japan here, that's exactly what they do. They only talk about the happy, fun, exciting things, and they don't talk about negative things unless it's negative that gives you views. For example, talking about anything that has to deal with, a bad experience with, being on the train or something like that. People love those type of bad videos. But if you say something negative about working in Japan, something negative about Japanese people, people lose their crap on you. And it's not just Japanese people, it's foreigners too, because they've been lied to for so long to believe everything is perfect in Japan. This is a safe space, a place to get away from all of your problems, some sort of magical fantasy land. And when you're the only person, myself, the odd one out saying negative and bad things, it instantly becomes, well, you're just an unhappy person, you're just a hater, you're just trying to stop me from coming to Japan, you can never stop me type thing. And it's like, I'm not your mama. I don't care about what you do. You're not hurting me or proving I'm still living here. I literally have a video telling you why I chose to be here. So I'm just trying to show you the real Japan. I'm trying to help advise you. This channel was not made to scare you away from here. It's here to help you open up your mind, help you make rational decisions. Because the reality is, while some of you watch my stuff and you're like, well, I'm going to come to Japan anyway, let's speak about statistics. The average person leaves here after their first visa expires or before. Meaning that the average person only stays here for anywhere from 3 months to 3 years, and they leave, gone, do not come back. Everybody thinks they're going to be the exception to the rule. I told you, one of the craziest first experiences that I had here that made me so angry, and I feel like it motivated and fueled me to choose to stay here. Hate to put her out there, but like I said, my good friend, not gonna drop their name again, really close to them, but my favorite person in all of Japan. She could speak Japanese and run circles around me even today probably. She came here with Japanese language ability, taught herself, didn't go and take, private lessons or whatever. Very smart, very nice, blonde hair, blue eyed, short, petite, white girl. And guess what happened? She got bullied. She didn't like being here. She found it hard to get used to the culture here. Hard to get used to her classmates. She felt like it was driving her insane and hurting her mental health. And do you know what she did? After, was it 3 months or 4 months? She didn't stay for more than 4 months, I think. She was here from, February, March, April, May, June. I think she left right before June. So I think she stayed for, was it 3 months? About 3 or 4 months? And she was gone. She left. And I couldn't believe it. She left. Wow. You gave up after just 3 months? That's what a lot of you guys are going to do. A lot of you all have inside your mind, you're determined, I'm going to stay, I'm going to do whatever. And you get here and you realize, oh, it's not that easy. It's stressful. Or you could be the person that stays here. You make it a year. You make it 2 years, you make it 3. You're not going to make it to 5. I hope you do. This isn't to speak negatively on you. I really hope you do. I'm coming up on my year 5, which is crazy to think of. I want you to have the same feeling that I do. I love it here. There's bad days, bad things happen. Everything's not perfect here. I'm not trying to discourage you. Like I said, this isn't to scare you. But I want to talk some sense into you, as give you tough love as someone who really loves and cares about you. I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh, Japan is perfect. Look, I've been here for 5 years, guys. No. I am trying to remind you that it is a struggle, a fight, and a challenge to do it. And it is not like how these Instagrammers, these YouTubers, these TikTokers make it seem. Their goal is to get your money. They want your views. How do you do that? You speak positive. Who wants to listen to somebody talk negatively? Y'all do. But who wants to listen to somebody talk negatively for hours and hours and hours straight? Everything's complain, rant, bad this, bad that, don't do this, don't do that. Because you guys have been taught to think like children. You need somebody to pet your Japan fetish. Yes, Japan is perfect. Come to Japan. Konnichiwa. That's what you all want to hear. So when someone is telling you, slow down, bitch. Look at what you're thinking. Look at what you're doing. Think about it. Then you get angry. Then you're like, no, don't try to talk me out of my dreams. I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to get this degree in fashion. I'm going to be a programmer. Y'all have all of these big, crazy dreams. I told you guys I did too. I really wanted to be a fashion model here. I really wanted to be an actress here. I really wanted to be a programmer for Sega. I had so many dreams. I still do, to be honest. And you want to know what I had to do? I had to wake up and smell the coffee. I initially went to get a degree in Japanese. I'm trying to work on that now. I've honestly flipped back and forth between nursing, between Japanese, etc. I totally understand. I know you do not want to hear somebody talking like how I am, but you need the truth. You can hate me for being honest with you, like I said, but you ain't finna hate me for being a liar. I wish there was somebody that was honest and spoke to me this way, because it would have saved me a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of heartbreak. Y'all are so used to hearing lies and sugar-coated truths. You don't know how to react when somebody's giving you real advice. The reality is somebody is nicely talking to you. Guys, you need to get a degree, because without a degree, you can't work here. Y'all don't listen to that. Y'all complain in the comments like, oh, well, I could listen to you if you weren't so bitter. You weren't talking so... What do I have to be bitter about, sweetheart? I have mine. You don't have yours. You're the one that's bitter, not me. You're mad because I'm telling you the truth and it's not being said as nice as you want to hear it. You want me to nicely tell you, you're a loser. You should have gone to school. You should have got a degree to come to Japan. That will make you feel happy. That's what you want to hear. It's no different than me saying, are you stupid? Look at immigration website. You don't have what you need to get a visa. That makes y'all mad. I didn't even say it like that, but y'all treat it like I did say it that way. Okay, well, I'm sorry, the truth hurts. Grow up. That's proof that you can't make it here right there, if that hurt your little feelings. So, that even that, it's like people coming in the comments like, oh, well, actually, I'm here, or my friend, or my whatever. Yeah, your friend who got a spouse visa and got a divorce is here, and they're working without a degree. Your friend also can't make more than 300,000 yen a month because they don't have a degree. Your friend is also limited where they can work, and they're always going to play second to third fiddle because they not only don't have a degree, but they don't have a relevant degree or a degree at that. This is Tokyo. You know how many people have a degree in education here? How many people have masters, doctorate degrees? Bye. You ain't even on the call back list. You're not competitive at all. That's the purpose. I'm not just teaching you all, what to say, what to do, what you need. No. I'm telling you how to be competitive in this world. Y'all don't like listen to that part. Keywords, competitive. Not just how to get a job. Not just how to get a visa. You can get a visa getting a tourist stamp. You can get a job technically that way too. It's not legal, but you can. Because shoot, I've worked several jobs where they did not check my visa at all. You can. But okay. Is that going to help you when you have bills and rent to pay? When you need a real salary? No, it is not. But see, y'all don't want to hear that part. Y'all just want to hear, oh, I can get here doing whatever. I'm trying to not teach you just how to get here, how to live here. The reality is, yes, there's going to be exceptions to the rule. I said that in all of my videos all the time because Captain Obvious people, super sensitive people from the Western world, y'all need to hear that. Y'all need that reassurance. I need somebody to tell y'all lies. Nobody can just straightforward say, you can't do this, you need whatever. You always have to find the unicorn. Well, actually, I did. Actually, my friend did. Actually, this channel said, how many people in Japan have a visa without a degree? That is not a student visa. That is not some part-time work. That is not for some blue-collar job. When I say blue-collar, I mean like, the working out in the fields type stuff, farming type crap. How many people? Exactly. There's a point system that can be used here, and it's very difficult to get. Not many people have a visa that way. Most employers don't want to be bothered with that crap. It's complicated. You can even sponsor your own visa, but how many foreigners are doing that too? And again, forget about just getting the visa itself. See, the visa is the entry into getting into the workforce here. That's why I said, see, we're not just talking about getting in here. We're talking about being competitive. How many people have a degree on top of having that visa? You are literally trying to play a game of checkers when the rest of the foreigners here are playing chess. You sound like a child or a broke man that's never had a real career. You are doing the bare minimum. For example, let me put this into better perspective for you. Do you know that if you have a bachelor's degree of any kind, you can go into med school? Yep, you can. You do not need to go to school specifically to be a doctor to start off with. You also do not need to go to school specifically to be a teacher to start off with. You can change your mind and choose to be a teacher later on in life. But you want to know? Let's keep it on the doctor part because that's harder to do. Do you want to know what helps you though? Having a degree from a prestigious school, having a degree related to science before you graduate. Doing this because getting into med school is competitive. Can you do it? Yeah, of course. There's always somebody. How many people? Not many. How many people are going to find internships after they leave med school? How many people are going to find jobs after they graduate? Do their residency, etc. Okay, exactly. Y'all don't think about the future. You're too busy thinking about the now. And you're too busy falling for the stupid clickbait videos people put out there for you. People make videos talking about how they did whatever, they did this. So, okay, you can find a video about a doctor that went to school to study Japanese, went from that right into med school. How many people are doing that though? Is that realistic? Is that really giving good advice? No, it's telling you what you want to hear. You want to hear that you can make it happen with your situation because you're lazy. That's the truth. Ouch. It burns. Yep, I said it. You want to hear what your situation is being put into the spotlight as you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing. Excuse me. That's what you all want to hear. You want to believe that even although you're a loser, even although you're lazy, even although you're broke and you're not doing anything to change it, even although you have no intention in getting your ass up, going back to school, learning a new language, doing anything, you want to believe that you can make it happen right here, right now, right where you are without putting in any effort, no money, no nothing. That's what you want to hear. And those channels do just that for you. They ensure you, no. You don't have to get a degree. No. You don't have to learn Japanese. And so, again, there's some truth to all of these things. I said it about Japanese, too. You don't need Japanese to get to Japan, but you should learn it for yourself. If you're going to live here a long time, I totally agree with that part. Y'all want to hear whatever your circumstance is. For those of you that learn Japanese, you don't want to watch a video like my own telling you that, going to school to learn Japanese is a waste of money. And I speak from personal experience. Before you come to Japan, it's a waste. Let me rephrase that. Before you come here, it is. Y'all don't want to hear that part, though. And the reason being is people want to believe, well, I put in all these hours studying. I pay all this money doing whatever. So hearing someone like me tell you, that's kind of a waste. A lot of what you learn is unnatural. I wouldn't go to school before I come to Japan for anything beyond an N5 level. And to be honest, even then, in fact, let me rephrase that. I wouldn't go to school in the US probably unless it was specifically to study for like N2, N1 level stuff. Because anything before that, you can become conversational just by living here. It's the truth. Living here and talking and trying on your own. Simple. Let me move because my butt is hurting. So I'm old. So yeah, and so like again, like don't get me wrong. This sounds weird, but this isn't to say like, oh, like you don't need the language at all. But the reality is, you most certainly can live, work, and do just fine here for the rest of your life to the day you die without ever using Japanese. Especially if you're living in a big city, Osaka, Tokyo, Kyoto, Kobe. You don't need it. Is it helpful? Yes, very useful to learn for yourself. Because you feel independent, you feel like an adult. Nobody wants to be illiterate. Is it a need? Absolutely not. It only does so much for you. And people don't want to hear that part. They want to believe, well, because I spent this much money learning, it's a need. Or they want to believe they need to learn as a form of procrastination. I talked about that too. And you might be like, what? Yes, as a form of procrastination. You find something that you say you need to do before you can do what you really want or need to do. It's an excuse. So instead of just admitting, I'm bad at saving money, I'm going to say, well, I'd love to go to Japan, but I'm not fluent yet. You don't need to be fluent to go to Japan. Well, I want to be able to understand everything. I want to be able to live. I want to be able, but you can do that. Well, no. I want to be able to get a good job. You can get a good job. Well, no. I don't want to teach English. You think just speaking Japanese is going to be enough to get you the job outside of teaching English? Okay. But even then, actually, you can do that too. You can get You can get other jobs that aren't related to English without actually speaking Japanese. Did you know that? Yeah. They're all excuses. And that's cool. Do whatever you want to do. But that's all I'm trying to say. Like, it's just funny to me that people get mad at the truth. People get mad at the truth. People don't want to hear. And then that's another excuse too. Instead of just acknowledging the fact, okay, what the person's saying is right, there's so much focus on who's saying it, the tone of the person saying it. It doesn't matter how I'm saying it for this to your liking or not. It's factual information. And the funny thing is, like, okay, if you really have your degree, you really have your career, you really know your stuff, why are you searching the internet for information then? Why do you click on my video? There's no clickbait titles here. It clearly says what it's about. You knew what this video was about and you clicked on it anyway because you are not confident in your own degree. You're not confident in your own language skills. You're not confident in your decision to come to Japan, and that's why you're here. Because if you really knew everything that you're claiming to know, why do you need to watch my video then? Exactly. So, for example, the person that said they disagreed and that, they basically said that I was crapping on, degrees in Asian history, Asian studies, or whatever. And it's like, oh, Lord. For starts, like I said, this video is about Japan, for Japan. It's a scam because there's limitations to what English degrees they can offer to English speakers. For obvious reasons. They're going to try to sell you on the idea of studying Japanese, studying Asian studies, Asian history, or business. Because those are the only and easiest things they can offer. And you're going to pay an arm and a leg more to get those degrees here, simply for the sake of being in this country and going to school. And if you want to do that, that's fine. I chose to do that because I wanted to be here. I wanted to go to school here. I didn't get a degree in Asian studies or Asian history. I almost did. I almost got duped into that. And that's what I'm telling you from personal experience. But that's not how people take it. They see it as you being a hater, you not understanding. People want to believe that because they went down the path of getting that degree, because they're trying to get it, they want to believe they're right and you're wrong, basically. Same people that go to school for programming, fashion, etc. It's a cool degree, don't get me wrong. I wanted to do it too. I woke up and I smelled the coffee and I realized those degrees lead to unemployment. There is hardly anybody in this day and time that has a degree in either of those fields that are making any kind of money. Just a regular $30,000 salary. I'll even drop it, $25,000. I could even say $20,000. It doesn't exist. The people making money from those degrees are people that are really good at making their own clothes, making their own games, own websites, etc. And they have their own websites. They're freelancers, entrepreneurs, and they probably didn't even need to get a degree in that to begin with. That's facts. It's not worth the money that you pay for it. I have friends, some of which that might even be watching this, sorry for putting you out there, sitting at home in mama house, got a degree in programming, have a degree in graphic design, makeup, art, etc. And guess what they don't have? A job in relation to it. They're working retail jobs, staying at home with mom, complaining about, oh, college is a waste of money. It's whatever. Nobody needs college. College doesn't make you smart. Yep, You're proof of that. So it's like, I totally get where they're coming from. I hear what they're saying. But it's like, why don't y'all do your own research? Y'all think like kids. Y'all act like kids. You see something that you like and you decide, oh my God, I want to be a graphic designer. I want to be a programmer. And instead of saying, what jobs are available? How much do these jobs pay? What is the demand for this career? Can I get a job doing this in the place I want to work? How many people are doing this job? How easy is it to get an entry-level job? Y'all don't even look at the companies that you want to work at and see what their entry-level job requirements are. Nope. Y'all go straight to the idea, I want to work for this big company. Do no research. Then your feelings get hurt when you graduate from these no-name schools, get a trash degree, and then you're like, but I have a degree in art, I have a degree in programming, and you suck in comparison to all other people that can do the same thing as you. There, I say it, I didn't sugarcoat. You suck. You're not as good as the other people. Can you do what you do? Yeah, sure, you're better than me, but you suck. Or maybe you don't suck. Maybe you're the one exception to the rule that isn't horrible. You're actually really good. But then you lack experience. You were too busy looking at the exceptions to the rule on YouTube. You were too busy letting your school's guidance counselor, advisor, brainwash you into believing that they're going to help you find a job and that you should sign up for these classes. You did none of your own real research, because when you researched what degree you wanted, when you researched what job you wanted, all you did was think about the positive things. You looked at where I want to work, how much this job can pay. You didn't look at what the lower end salary was. You didn't look at how hard it is to get a job. You didn't look at what the requirements were for that job. All you looked at was the things that matched your own personal agenda. You didn't want the truth. You wanted to hear what you wanted to hear, and that's exactly why you are where you are right now. Facts. I'm just trying to stop you from doing that. You want to be stupid and frolic in the flowers and play dumb and get your little degree in art, get your little degree in programming, and then come to Japan looking stupid because ain't nobody hiring you. Well, now you know why. Some of y'all dummies over here studying programming, art, and everything else, fluent in Japanese, and then you wonder, oh, why can't I get a job? I watched this other person on YouTube. They're working for this manga company. Why can't I do that? That person is probably making less than $20,000 a year, and they're a freelancer. They have no stable money. You're admiring a loser that's capping online. And then when you find the one person that is making a decent salary, maybe they're working $50,000 a year or something, then you're like, I want to be like them. And then when it doesn't work out for you, then what? Because there's pretty much nobody here doing that stuff. Realistically. Y'all don't want to hear that though. You want to hear about the unicorn, rainbow, random foreigners that are living your dream successfully. Y'all don't want to research or listen to anybody doing anything less. And when someone doing or having less than those people try to warn you, like myself, y'all get angry and we get called haters, negative, whatever else. Okay. Make sure you leave me, a comment telling me how I was right when you're on your way out the door within the first 5 years. So, and then again, even for the people that do have successful businesses doing other stuff, a lot of them are able to do this stuff through other means. They're in a sham marriage. That's not a fair playing ground. And again, even for the ones that have the work visa, it's not really work visa, but a spouse visa, through the fact they're married, they're not making good money with whatever job they have, because they lack a degree. Even if you want to do art, design, anything else, Japanese people love stamps, they love certifications, they love degrees. If you do not have that, you are not competitive. It's that simple. Because even if you're very, very highly skilled, you're passionate about IT work, design, whatever, look at how many other people are too that not only can, do this stuff better than you, they went to school for it. They're going to choose the person with the credentials, not you. And that's facts. You can be the random exception to the rule, which is very unlikely. But being the exception is not good enough for me to advise everybody go ahead and do this. That's childlike thinking. So I'm done. I can go on that forever. So back to what I was saying at the beginning. So we can cap all of this stuff because I got all over the place. But in a nutshell, it's like you can't force people to like you. If somebody's showing you they don't have interest in you, let it go and move on. And stop trying to think in terms of trying to figure out how to get revenge or prove somebody that you don't need them, don't want them, don't like them. That's childish and psychotic too. Somebody's ignoring you, not returning calls. That means they don't like you. Move on. You don't need to announce the fact that you're out. Just go. You don't need to say, well, since you're ignoring my calls, I'm done with this relationship. I'm breaking up with you. I'm done. They already broke up with you. They just didn't say it to you. So just shut up and close your mouth. You're not doing yourself a favor. And let's stop misusing the term ghosting. Nobody owes you an explanation for why they don't want to reply to your message. Even if you beg and ask them to. They don't owe you that. That's manipulative and psychotic thinking too. Can't tell you how many times I've had guys do that. Even girls. To me, if I'm not answering your message, returning your call, that means for some reason I decided that I didn't want you. You are not worth my time. You are not worth my effort. You are not worth my money. You are not worth my energy. You can do the same thing. Have some pride, some dignity for yourself. If someone's showing that they don't want you, why would you want to beg for them to want you? It's not even genuine at that point. If you have to start begging people, oh, I'll take you out to eat. I'll give you this money. I'll do whatever. Please reply. Why would you even want a girl like that or a guy like that? Why not just go for someone else that you don't have to beg and they're messaging you nonstop? I just don't understand that. So, again, I get it why people want closure. I get it why people like people to talk to them nicely and cuddle them and treat them like a little baby. But that's exactly what's wrong with this world today. Y'all have not had enough truth. Y'all don't like to hear the truth. And when people come to you trying to talk to you about the truth, you're so used to hearing lies and people, giving you affirmations about your little fantasies and fetishes, etc. When people do talk to you bluntly, people do tell you the truth and do speak to you honestly and have a real, girl talk with you, friend talk with you, whatever you want to call it, then you see them as a hater. You see them as being rude, ignorant, whatever. Okay. I'll be a yes man then. So it's a lot easier to be a yes man. Like I said, it's much easier, especially in my situation. It's much easier because I'm living in Japan. I would be rich, easily make content, show videos of all the most beautiful places in Japan, all the fun things to do, all the hot guys, say nothing but good things. But I don't want to share that. There's enough of that online already. I don't want to purposefully share and talk about bad things, but I want to talk about real things that I think would really help other people, things that would have helped me. I literally share things that I've personally experienced, that I didn't know about, never heard of, that I believe will help keep other people from making the same stupid mistakes that I did. This is not a channel to scare you out of Japan. This is not a channel to talk down on Japan. This is not a channel to make other people feel bad and put myself up. I am literally sharing my own embarrassing, stupid crap with you to keep you from being dumb like me. And really, this is, more so to help people that are my age and younger. But shoot, I got people 10, 15, 20 years older than I am watch my content wow, I wish somebody told me this stuff when I was your age or when I was younger. Because they were still busy making the same stupid mistakes until they listened to what I had to say. I'm not God. I'm just a stupid person that was able to share my stupid mistakes with you. And how do y'all take it? Nope. Oh, you're a hater, you're whatever. I'm a hater because I'm telling you that I, just like you, went to school, and just like you, I was duped into trying to get a stupid degree from one of these stupid crap schools, just like you were. And I'm telling you why I didn't take that route. And instead of you being like, oh, thanks for the good, genuine advice, somebody's acting my position. Nope. It's, oh, what a hater. Girl, what I gotta hate on? I'm where you want to be, bitch. And I have, guys do it too. For example, dudes, a lot of men got mad about the degree thing. And it's like, okay, you keep listening to, your white guy, Matt, talk to you about how he married Sachiko and how he got, his work visa, whatever, and hiding behind the fact that's really his spouse visa keeping him here and pretending like he was just such a hard-working employee and had all these years of experience, so the company was willing to give him, the visa through the point system, etc. Y'all keep believing all of that fake crap that you see online. But how many people got those degrees? Hardly anybody. Keep believing that. Watch those videos. Have fun with it. Okay, you want to believe it? Sure. They get mad. They don't want to hear the truth. Anything is possible here. All of the degree options are already on immigration's website. I'm literally telling you information's already there. But again, that's what I'm saying. Y'all so brainwashed, so stupid. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. And when you do hear the truth, it has to be said to you nicely. Y'all would rather take your time to look up every exception to the rule than accept the reality. Instead of being like, oh, okay, I do need a degree, y'all would rather spend hours and hours and weeks and months researching what are the other ways to get a visa. The amount of time, I said this in the video, the amount of time, money, effort that you put into doing that, you could have put towards a degree. Burn. Y'all don't want to hear that. The amount of time, money, effort you're putting into learning and studying Japanese, you could have put into a degree. You could have put that money into buying your airfare, paying for your share house. Nope. What do y'all do? Total opposite. Then you get mad when somebody tells you what you're doing is stupid too. Okay. Can't make you do anything, so go ahead. So like I said, that's what I was saying about that. These white dudes be getting mad at me, and I'm like, and even black guys too. Dummy, I am already here. I have the visa that you want. I'm in the city you want to be in. I've gone to the places that you wish you could visit. And you want to know what else? I came here as a student myself. Hello? What do y'all not get? I'm speaking to you from personal experience. I'm not on my high horse saying, I have a degree, peasants. Too bad you don't. That's not my channel. I'm literally telling you, I was stupid like you. I tried to find every way to get here without having a degree. Do y'all hear that part? Nope. All you hear is black whore bitch has degree, thinks she is better than me. That's exactly what y'all hear. Y'all don't hear nothing else I have to say. You tune out. Okay, well, because you have that mindset, that is exactly why you are where you are right now. Don't get mad at me. 99% of the people bitching in my comments still aren't in Japan to this day. And that's cool. So, it's whatever. I'm done with this little rant. I just want to complain about that, or I guess talk about that, I should really say, about my comments, that I find it so interesting that people that have a fetish always try to make up an excuse. I don't have a fetish, but I'm attracted to these men. Insert eye roll here. Or, yeah, you're right, but you don't have to talk like that. That has nothing to do with the conversation. Either what I'm saying is right or it's not right. I'm not spending a video telling you that you're retarded or something. I literally tell you in the video, I wouldn't even call it bluntly. I'm talking to you normally. I tell you that, the degree is useless, and I tell you the facts. You're doing everything as a distraction to avoid doing what you already know you need to do. I'm not the first person to tell you need a degree. I'm not the first person to tell you that degrees in art and design are useless in programming. Y'all don't want to hear that conversation though. You would rather listen to and believe the people that are making good money doing this stuff. You'd rather listen to and believe the people who say positive things about this because that's what you want to hear. That's what you want to believe because it's what you have or it's what you want to do. And if that is your mindset, if you're always trying to find people that agree with you, you're always trying to find people that pat you on the back and tell you, yes, go ahead, queen. Yep, that's right, king. You're on the right path. You'll never get ahead in life. That's how you look for information. You need to listen to opposing views. You need to listen and look for balanced information, not biased stuff. People that have nothing to gain. There is no incentive. If I really wanted to hurt you, I would tell you go ahead and go for it. Because to be honest, y'all dummies going ahead and getting those degrees in programming, design, etc., Thank you. You're making more money for me, because the less people that there are in Japan with degrees in education and teaching related stuff, the more money I make. Because there's no competition for work. If I wanted to hurt you, that's what I would say to you. I would tell you, please, go ahead, get a degree in this. Yes, you can work for Sega. Yes, you can work for that, design company, whatever. Yes, you can make, the latest fashion, the Harajuku. I would encourage you. Because all it's going to do is give me more money, more views from ad revenue on YouTube. And in the real world, less competition when I want to switch jobs. Because nobody finna hire you. So I'm literally doing you a favor by being honest with you and talking some sense into you. Because your school counselor ain't finna do it. They want to make money off of your dumb ass. Your friends ain't finna do it because they want to support you and be a yes man and tell you, oh, that's a great idea. Your Japanese friends ain't finna be honest with you either. Then the one person that's telling you the truth, you get mad at them because I'm not talking to you softly and patting your head and saying, oh, well, I don't know. Maybe it's not a good idea because not many people can get... How many of y'all gonna listen to that information? None. Y'all need real talk. Quit acting like babies. Quit being bitches. Saying it how it is. Oops, sorry, I didn't say that softly either. Either the information is true or it's not. The tone of this being said is, I don't care if I cursed you out to tell you the truth. Either I told you the truth or I did not. The argument about my tone of voice, my delivery is irrelevant. You don't like how I'm talking to you? Good luck working in Japan, because your boss gonna talk down on your little bitch ass if you can't handle what I'm saying to you right now. So, like I said, I literally speak from experience. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I share my struggles here. I talk about being practically homeless here, jobless, everything. And what y'all get from, oh, she on her high. She thinks she better than me. Well, I guess I am better than you if I'm not stupid enough to believe the crap that y'all do. So, I'm done. That's it. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. That's it. Like I said, my goal is not to crap on you, not to make you feel bad about yourself, your life decisions, etc. But you do have to wake up and smell the coffee and realize that, sometimes you gotta use your own brain. Somebody avoiding you, don't like you, don't want you, move on. Let it go. The reality is, you call yourself liking or being attracted to this whole race of people. It's a fetish. You can paint it however you want to. Drug addicts never call themselves drug addicts. I never heard a crackhead call himself a crackhead. Never heard a cokehead call themselves a cokehead. Never heard anybody that's addicted to pot say that, marijuana, they can be addicted to weed. You never hear that type of stuff. Everybody always says, I can stop whenever I want to. I don't have a fetish for them. I just like whatever. It's no different than this. Yep, just like people that use drugs say, oh, it's no different than alcohol. Or people that use weed. Weed is safer than alcohol. The same little arguments. But we can keep going back and forth forever. Don't play with me. So do what you want to do. I'm not your mama. And I guess, okay, you say, yeah, I guess I don't care about you. Do whatever you want. I'm telling you from a place of care. You don't want to hear the truth? You get angry at the truth? You think it's hating, whatever? Then fine. I guess I don't care about you. But I do care about the ones who take my information, run with it, and be like, hey, thanks. Talking some sense into me, because I never knew that. Nobody ever said this. Nobody in my family had graduated. Nobody did whatever. Thank you for the information. So those are the people that's for. I'm glad that I'm helping them, encouraging them, motivating them, excuse the motor outside, and, giving them knowledge and information that they need, want it, and we're searching for. Or I guess I should say helicopter. Why does it sound so loud? It's kind of scaring me. Okay, sorry, I'm watching too much TV. I was like, oh my God, is it gonna crash into my house? But Anyway, I forgot what I was saying to you guys. That's it. So this is for the people that actually benefit from my information, actually listen to me. They hear me out. They understand. Again, like I know some of you guys, your feelings are hurt because like, oh, I was going to school for this, or I already have this. And it's okay. People make mistakes. And if you already have that, you know, I'm not even going to say it's a mistake necessarily. I hope that you do find a job with what you do have. I hope that things do work out for you, that you will be that exception to the rule. But again, like my goal isn't to say what you can't do, but rather to say what is not very likely. Just like people don't want to be rappers. People always think, oh, my friends are hating on me when I make it big and I have my money. Don't come crying. We don't pretend like you know. We don't pretend to be my friend now. How many of your friends actually have made it? How many of your friends even have 1,000 views from their garbage xylophone beats on SoundCloud or YouTube? Exactly. They see it as you hate it. You're just being real with them. Maybe you should consider going to trade school. Maybe you should consider getting a certification to do some sort of other job. But nope, you say that, you're a hater. Everybody cannot be a rapper. Everybody cannot be a model. Everybody cannot be an actor. Everyone does not have the talent, the skill necessary for it. Everybody cannot be a singer. The truth sometimes hurts. And again, just like those careers, people are so used to people lying to them and saying what they want to hear. That when somebody's honest with you and saying, like, look, like, you're my friend, I know you like doing this, but man, like, I don't think rap is for you. Either that person gets labeled as a hater, or you do, or both. You go after the people that will lie to you and say, oh man, your song is really good. Oh, I can't wait to share it with my friends. I'm going to toast to whoever. You either listen to those people instead of taking a step back and be like, man, my shit kind of suck. I'm not good at this. I wish I could rap. I wanted to be Nicki Minaj when I was a little kid. And you want to know what? I realized that is not for me. I can't. Everything is not meant for everyone. And exceptions are not the rule. So watch who you listen to. The truth hurts. The truth is not always going to be some sugar-coated, nice rainbow information. Sometimes you have to hear things a little bit bluntly. So if nobody else tells you, I will. If you are studying those things, don't do it. Yes, there are people that are making good money, but is it going to be you? More than likely, no. Not if you're planning to come to Japan, that is, in particular. It's just facts. You want to get here, you want to work here, just go to school and get a degree. It's so much easier to find work that way. It's easier to get a visa and easier to find a job and easier to get more money. And it helps even if you go back to the US. It's a win-win situation. Why are people mad at that? It's the truth. It doesn't make any sense. Same thing with language ability. Nobody's telling you to be stupid and never learn Japanese. But the reality is, for most people, they're not doing both. People, and I said that in that video, either people are studying Japanese and staying in the US, or they're living and working while learning Japanese simultaneously in the real world in Japan. If you're not doing number two, you're probably never going to get to number two because you're going to stay with number one. You're going to endlessly learn Japanese in the US, never come to Japan, never have enough money, never fully study Japanese. You're going to continue using Duolingo, doing free crap and watching anime, and then be like, oh my god, it's my dream to come to Japan. I learned from anime, but never doing anything with your real life. I'm trying to stop you from being that person. So, and then again, like to lastly wrap it up again with the ghosting thing. Nobody owes you an explanation. Even if you were dating somebody, seriously, nobody owes you anything. Is it the right thing to do? Sorry, I'm old, need to adjust again. Is it the right thing to do? Yes, it is. You should definitely tell somebody, be a big girl, big boy, whatever, and let people know, hey, I'm done, don't want to date you anymore, things just ain't working out, and be honest. But we can also all be adults and use our own brains. We can tell that somebody doesn't like us, just like how you can in high school. You do not need the cool table, because I was one of the outcasts. I did not need the kids. I'll use myself. I did not need the kids at the cool table to tell me that I was not cool. I can see that I'm not. I can see that they don't want me there. I don't need to ask them, hey guys, why can't I put my lunch tray here? Why can't I sit with you guys? I don't need a full-on explanation. Quit being stupid and act like y'all need that. If a guy's not giving you the time, attention, love that you need, not spending money on you, you know he don't want you. Quit playing dumb, girl. Or boy, whoever you are. Stop acting stupid. Yes, it would be nice if your friends or the cool table explained, look, your shoes busted, your clothes look whatever, but you can see that yourself. You know that you're socially awkward. You know that your shoes came from Payless, your jeans came from Walmart, you got on a 2-year-old graphic t-shirt with holes in it. You know why nobody want to be your friend. You know why you're not cool. Is it fair? Is it nice? Is it right? Probably not. But the reality is, nobody owes you an explanation. Nobody owes you a friendship. Nobody owes you anything. They didn't take nothing from you. They decided they don't want you to be a part of their life. Is it cruel? Yeah, partially on a mental level. But I can even be honest. I've ghosted people before myself. Everybody is not owed an explanation. But I will say in my defense, when I've done it, it's always been because there was, a problem with the relationship. The person was abusive, a cheater, manipulative, whatever the case is. And to be honest, that might be the case with you. You might think this person owes an explanation, but for them, they're running away from you because you're crazy. You're a stalker. You message them too much. You call them too much. All of your messages are long, creepy, talking about how you love them and you want this, that, and the other. You can't wait to see them, meet them. You're probably scaring the person away with your deep, lovey-dovey messages, and they might see it as you moving too fast. I've been guilty of having guys do that to me because I was moving too fast when I was younger and I didn't realize it. Nobody ever pulled me aside and said, this is a little bit too much. But as I got older, I realized when I look back, I cringe at those messages. I sent that to this guy and he was a total catfish. I was stupid. I'm trying to stop you from being me. Learn from my mistakes. So again, ghosting is only when there's a relationship. If y'all ain't dating, that is not ghosting. That is just them rejecting you. They just didn't want you. Girls do not owe you no explanation, just like how guys don't. Nobody has to explain to you why they don't want to reply to your crusty message. And the reality is, for most of you, you can look at yourself and see why you're not getting a reply. You can look at yourself and see why you're being ghosted. You can ghost it. You can look at yourself and see why people are just using you for free, cheap, and easy sex. You weren't really his girlfriend. You weren't really her boyfriend. Quit being stupid. And like I said, a lot of this ghosting phenomenon crap kind of goes back to the whole fetish thing. Because for most of you, you wouldn't even put up with that if it were a black or white guy. You would instantly see this dude is giving you, 50%, 80%, not putting in 100, but trying to woo you over and show he really likes you. And you'd be done. You'd be like, yep, F-boy, done. But because they're Japanese, you're like, oh no, there must be something that I did wrong. And you're trying to figure out everything under the sun that could be the problem. So I'm just repeating myself at this point. We're about to go into a 2-hour video, so let me stop it right here. So that's it. I'm done. I just want to, say what was on my mind about my comments, because I've gotten a lot of comments about these things recently, and I wanted to speak my mind. Sorry, I'm scratching my arm. But yeah, so you're entitled to do whatever you want as far as school goes. You're entitled to think whatever you want to. I'm not your mama. I ain't your mammy. So you want to waste your money, you want to waste your time, you want to try have a shot at being accepted to the rule, go for it. I encourage you to do that. You do that. Have fun. This is not to talk down on your dreams. It's to talk some sense into you. Again, for me, I believe in choosing stability. I would rather have something that I can fall back onto, so that if things don't go the way I planned, I still have something. I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket. I told you guys, I would love to be an actress, model, whatever. I'm not going to give up on school, throw away everything else, move to New York or something in the hopes of going. People do it all the time, and it works for some people. But like 1 out of every 10 million girls that do it. Would it be advisable to tell someone to do that? No. And a lot of the people that claim that they moved there with nothing, they're also lying too. They weren't couch surfing. They had rich friends, rich family, they had money, and they had part-time jobs. They were doing something. A lot of you guys are trying to replicate people that aren't telling you the full story. So, I'm done. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Go ahead, get mad, argue me in the comments. But, like I said, it sort of just proved my point. People don't like the truth. People like the lie. The lie is more entertaining. The lie makes you feel better about yourself. People want to be told that what they're doing is right, just like fat people. People that are fat, they want to hear your weight is just fine. You're not eating too much. You deserve food. You deserve whatever. Exercise when you feel like it. Gyms are for the birds. You tell them that they're fat. You tell them, well, being overweight causes health problems. I'm overweight myself, might add. What do people do? They get mad. But how do you know that I'm unhealthy? Just because I'm fat don't mean I'm unhealthy. You get every excuse under the sun. So it's literally the same thing with this. People want to believe that whatever they're doing is the right thing, okay, and that it has them on the path to success. So go ahead, argue me in the comments, give me your 2 cents. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, helped you out, talk some sense to you, leave a like, leave a comment down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Comic95. You can add me on Snapchat at Comic the Savior, and follow me on TikTok at Comic the Savior as well. You can also read my blog at comic95.com, and I hope you'll watch another video. Thank you for watching. Bye.